Oh, lordy.
Hey, Zach, it looks like Melvin called you a strange name. CLG, I think. What exactly does that mean?
Clever little girl.
Oh,
That's what it
clever.
stands for, at least. It's nice that he made up his own nickname for me and all, but it sounds kind of weird. I wish he'd call me something normal, like just Patricia or Patty, you know?
Now that name's got a ring to it. I like it. How about Zach and I call you Patty from here?
Do whatever you like.
Do whatever you like.
You're heading to the warehouse, right? You gonna go straight there?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to talk to Zach.
How do I ollie?
To fell 10 maidens, you see. I'm eager to visit Alexis's diner in Lane, but we've only just arrived in this town, so...
Oh. The skateboarding was controlling the, shit. The conversation. Time to go bowling. Just in your pocket? Yeah, I think so.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Ooh, Professor R.
Professor R.
Yeah, Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because, huh? Interesting.
Alexis has been unlocked? What does that mean? I think these are places, I guess. Alright. Oh yeah, this is the music I think of in 2005 for sure. Damn, look at that buff dude that's on sale. How much for the buff dude? Sunburned customers only? I gotta go get sunburned to get inside? Alright. Okay. Well, that's our quest, I guess, is to get sunburned at some point. Just stand in the middle of the sun for like, I don't know what, 6 hours? Can I just smoke and like pass time? Keep up if you can, Patty. Is this it? Are we already here? Next road. It's nice skateboarding music, though.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Boondoggle, is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of myth? Still too early to tell, but it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me.
Oh shit! Bridge is out!
Boondoggle feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone. Yes, I think I see the connection now. A cheerful, wise, yet also mysterious African-American who appeared in a...
You're saying?
Did you notice that? The streets in New Orleans were in a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly, even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed at how cordial everyone is. Is it just the way things are down here? You certainly don't see that sort of thing in New York or D.C. They never stop to chit-chat, especially when ordering food. They only say what's necessary, without any decoration. A customer only makes eye contact with the waiter about once every 3 times they interact.
The
But
things
that's
he
just
talks
how it
about.
is. Isn't that right,
Well,
Zach?
just
The
spinning.
human relationships here are as fluid as an inorganic mechanism running on the smoothest, purest oil there is. And it feels strangely comfortable. After spending time in New Orleans and coming here, I think I'm starting to like the southern disposition. They even have their own breed of bizarre crimes. And besides, the New Orleans area is famous for its paranormal culture. I'm sure it'll entertain us somehow. It's still a bit of a ways off, but perhaps we can also do a little case study for our post-retirement plan. What, you still think it's too early for that? I wouldn't say so. It's never too early to be prepared. Come on, I know you're with me on this one, Zach.
Lordy. Oh, hey, Patty. You got up. That was fast. Alright, I'm at the waypoint. This must be it then. Balloon? Oh.
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Hold on. I need to figure out how to pull out my gun. How do I get to inventory? Red room? Oh. You can do a lot of things in the red room. Use and discard items, you can carry up to 30. Discarding them will lose them 5 ever. Do I even need to equip a gun this time? You telling me I'm not gonna get like a shotgun and a machine gun like last time? Oh, I got a stealth mode. I had no idea that was gonna be a thing. Alright. Oh, that's the skateboard button. Maybe I haven't done the gun tutorial yet, I don't know.
Zach, let's come back during business.
Oh, when's it open? I missed it. Yeah. Oh, he's humming the song he hummed last time. Jesus! I had to see it. I had to know.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again. I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By
Good
the way, Mr.
animation.
York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like.
Is that an airsoft
Call
gun?
him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he?
Oh, this is Mr. Alligator. I understand now.
It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators. And here's a radio. With this, you won't have to worry about any expensive roaming fees.
Roman fees?
Might take you a while to get used to them, but you'll get it.
Holy shit, I forgot about roaming fees.
Try letting them rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Just fire your guns willy-nilly like? Fuck yeah. Use Mr. Alligator, the self-defense gun, to shoot some innocent boxes. Oh, don't shoot that dog. But he is gonna bite you. Ooh, this is much better than last time. He looks very hunched over, but so be it.
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
Well, sure it's peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals, are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once.
Holy
It
shit.
happened a long time ago, but still.
I bet that murder is also linked to this murder, which is linked to the drug ring I'm investigating.
One chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin.
Damn.
The worst part is, that taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight.
God, I hope this is related to the case somehow.
Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In Blood Swamp!
You know he's fibbing, right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
Actually, Patricia, you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague.
Never seen it.
It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet.
Ah,
Then,
classic.
in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. It's an extremely
Family-friendly movie.
Yes, an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia.
Yes, I am in charge.
I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
She whispering or what?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York. As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place. Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no morgue. Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho,
This
this is where
exposition,
the real
man.
story begins.
Well, finally.
Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Missing.
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid...
Oh shit. Hunky, thanks for the gift subs, dude. Thanks for the 15 subs. Also, I like that I can leave this man just in perpetual looping animation. He is casting a spell upon me. I will soon be polymorphed.
Hey!
Oh, but she interrupted him. Good.
All right, CLG.
Oh no, he's having a stroke.
Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
I haven't even gone into the place to look and investigate, dude. I just showed up here.
No, thank you. This is what I came to investigate.
Thank you, York.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
That doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
We're in. Oh, nice.
You holding up okay, CLG?
She's not even wearing pants.
You sure you don't want to wait outside?
Whew, I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him. He's so selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent.
But you saw the badge.
He's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
Head to the morgue, but we're in a warehouse. They said there's no morgue. And there's vending machines outside and inside. Aight. You ready?
Hey, Mr. York. You sure you want to keep investigating this place even though we know the body ain't here?
Of course, Melvin. The skeletal gentleman gave me an oracle, remember?
It's Skella what?
Ugh, he's just joking, Daddy. You can't take him seriously.
Huh? Well, was that really a joke, Mr. York? Well, I'll be. I see you've been hiding some real charm into that whole FBI routine.
Yes, it's absolutely a joke. So is my psychosis.
Sorry,
an
Melvin,
absolute
but I'm
joke.
dead serious.
Oh, never mind.
Good God almighty.
Whoa, look at all them chickens.
This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the fun house. Truly a dazzling place. Meat entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical.
He sounds absolutely insane.
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
Oh yeah, I guess CSI did happen in like 2005, right? Thank you, Malugi, for the 10 gift subs. Thanks.
Oh, man.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden,
Hanging
I
Garden.
realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes. All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
Do you think York is gonna go vegan?
Hey, Mr. York. This is kind of, yeah.
Melvin, if you have something to say, then just go on and say it. Otherwise, you'll simply be insulting this beautiful landscape.
You think this is beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's the abnormal world that supports our normal lives. I think that's wonderful. Don't you? Besides, look, Patricia seems to be handling this a lot better than you are.
Well, you see, I ain't too good with this grotesque stuff.
Don't let it get to you, Daddy. Whew. Everyone has at least one thing they're afraid of. Even you, right, Agent York?
Something I'm afraid of?
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have at least one thing.
The color red, trees, fat men in overalls.
Like clowns.
Nah.
Clowns are so funny. How could anyone be scared of them?
I knew York was on our side. Because he's got the brain damage.
Zombies.
Love them.
A bucket full of worms.
I could squeeze them with my bare hands.
Why?
The sound of screeching glass.
Doesn't bother me.
Then...
They cling to your skin like putrid leeches, robbing you of much more than your vitality. The wet socks.
Ew.
Melvin, you're a genius.
Oh, he's afraid of wet socks. You heard it here. But where's this ex-body that went away? Where is it? Where'd it go? Where did you...
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye.
Ooh, woo!
Is that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy. The prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy.
Oh.
A shooting star
Oh, no.
landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor-struck heart.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. The truth is,
She's a stripper? Oh man, she might work at St. Rouge.
Candy's a little sick right now.
Oh no, never mind.
She can't even leave the house no more. So I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
Oh man, I hope this isn't like a John Redcorn thing.
I see. You care, but this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind. Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that.
Already what?
It
Older?
might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
Sure. Ah, here we go. The giant red reticle. Oh, with police tape even. Now I know I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, here comes the wacky music. At a crime scene.
Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can?
Yeah, sure.
We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh?
What are you, like 8?
Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
What a nice conversation that was. Hey, a sparkly. Gotta find clues from the body. Alligator gartail. These are just items I'm picking up? No, it's this bootin'. Where's that delicious food? Or not. Alright. Are they bait? They might be. Well, thanks for the tier 2 sub, Cozy Wizardry. Sometimes you come across hidden passages that cannot be entered normal means in a suspicious area. Try looking for a different perspective. In other words, use that button to crouch. Alright. Get down. How did you miss these giant footprints?
Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
It was the same squanch.
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here, but there are no signs that the bag was dragged away. So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
Oh god, it is a fucking Bigfoot. Oh.
Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra.
I love okra.
Yeah, okra.
Fried okra is the shit.
I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South. Zach, can you see that? Look closely.
Handprint.
That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall.
Oh my god. But there's so much more to look at.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground, so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone.
Melvin, stop.
You feel me?
Let's head there at once. Sure, it must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once.
I need
These
it.
luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Totally a mission.
All right. Now that one's gotta be a joke. Right, Mr. York?
No. Exactly,
That
Chris.
elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well then, would you go and get one now?
Ooh, shit, that's assault.
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. And they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through.
Are you telling me that the Clarksons are racists against Melvin here? That's fucked up. Melvin's not that bad. He's a nice guy. He just likes movie titles. Maybe they're just talking about him being a cop. Maybe they don't like him being blue. Maybe that's what it actually is. I don't know yet.
So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to him now, asking for another key.
But Deep South, remember that.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Okay. Acquire elevator key and head to the luxury food. Okay. Okay. Or I can
Zach, better
just
check
break
back
on
here
through.
as well, just to be on the safe side.
I accidentally skipped some dialogue. Jeez. Now give me that pushing tutorial. I'm ready to push things. No, I'm done pushing. Stop. I have to push a button to let go. Alright. Hey, you got a key? Okay. Whoops, I may have gone broke. Oh no! Holy shit, what a punishment. Something back there though. Okay, I see the. Alright. Gotta be all sneaky, but maybe. There we go. Ugh. Can you not move it? I guess I'll just shove it this way. Can I sneak under? Yeah. Thing. Crawfish tail. Perfect. Oh. Where does this lead to, though? Let me explore this first. Don't want to run into a cutscene or something, not be able to get this catfish tail. Alright.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing.
Why are we talking about this now?
Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it. Now we should be able to operate the elevator.
And then you just talk right in front of the dude. Alright.
No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for it.
I accidentally keep skipping dialogue and I hate it. Anyway. Hey, I stole it.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Wanna head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Howdy, Bear. How are you?
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Well then.
Hey, Avery! Can you hear me?
That alligator's back there? Look at that.
Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York.
Oh god, I hope he's not possessed.
Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
To just shoot people who ain't listening. Yes, of course.
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
I just implied it, heavily. Oh.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention.
Shoot some meat.
I'm right, ain't I?
Shoot down meat. Oh, I did it. He hears the meat, but not the gunshots. Alright.
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Hi, Avery.
I think
I'm
we
Special
found
Agent
our,
Francis York Morgan.
We found our
Please
Yeti.
call me York.
Baby?
York, you a smarty pants, hmm?
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of...
Did you see that alligator head just
food,
rolling?
Yeah. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research, too. I do like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery?
There it
this
is.
Doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know?
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise. Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Lise is no longer with us.
Lise. Lise. My fault. My fault!
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
Just let me do an investigation. Flying serpent. Wait, flying serpent is the dragonfly, right? Come on. Dragonfly, it's on the helmets.
And Dewey. Now here's some real Cajun cuisine. The way these sausages are linked up, they almost look like a serpent. But it's hard to imagine them fly. Let's move on, Zach.
What's that?
There are torn-off claws and legs scattered all over the ground. I doubt they'll fly anytime soon. I can't tell which ones are from crawfish and which parts are from shrimp. How about you, Zach?
Don't know. I just live inside your head. Our head.
Cans of Holy Trinity paste. Onions, bell peppers, and celery. The absolute basics for any Cajun dish. This product combines them all into some sort of paste.
Ew.
Oof, people actually buy this garbage? Even the name sounds idiotic. Zach, I just made an eternal promise with myself. If I ever happen to come across any food prepared with this paste, I vow to never call it Cajun food.
Here's some scales, though. Kinda see on the mini-map, looks like we're just in another maze-esque kind of place. I don't know. Looks like I could go back here, but blocked off.
Frozen oysters. Personally, I'd rather have a cocktail filled with fresh ones. We hunt for more materials than we can eat and freeze them over long periods of time. The human race gives terror a whole new meaning. Hung alligators. I suppose in a way they sort of look like flying serpents.
Hung alligators. You just don't look at their wieners, York.
No, but that's pushing it. Remember, we're in a dark basement here. They'll never reach the sky.
They're dead. What was this, though? There we go.
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food, for their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarkson's family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly? Yeah, that's the Clarkson's mark, all right.
The mark of the Clark.
Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Flying serpent, dragonfly.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent.
You got it.
The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim.
That's true. They own this warehouse, too.
And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest. The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case. Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world. Let's head back out to that merciless sun. Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
Finally.
So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zach and I will take things from here.
Then what should I do?
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please.
Yeah, go spend time with your dying wife, dude.
I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Not a bad idea.
That's a great idea. Please find the missing corpse from a murder. That's a great idea.
Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do. Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number 1. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet.
What if the shoes at the bottom just had, like, the feet padding to, like, totally throw you off?
None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible.
Oh, okay.
The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number 2. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers.
Jesus. He was really tall.
Proof number 3.
There's a third.
There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant standing over 10 feet tall carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
Facts.
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes?
Yeah, science. All right.
Melvin, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation.
Oh, of course.
Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
York, you have brain damage. You've been traumatized.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir. A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a heady intuition. I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
Just gonna go ahead and take your daughter as my deputy now. You don't mind, right?
Patty?
Alright, see ya.
Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's Diner and Lane.
Aw, man, it's time for bowling. Also, I could probably shoot these things now. He's a little waddle. Alright, am I even supposed to shoot these things? I guess I'm not even supposed to shoot them. Don't mind me, Patty. Yeah, I guess I'm not supposed to actually shoot these things. York was right. I need to drop all my pre-fucking whatever. My premeditated thoughts on things. I just need to stop thinking this is a video game. This is real life.
person, right?
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
sugar, only milk.
No.
Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
Alright. Yo, what's that building? That's a church.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana.
This is
You
the
know
only
what that
trick I
means.
know.
We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, we traveled from person to person until it finally fell right into our lap. Things always work out that way for us. We've traveled all over the United States trying to track down San Rouge. We can't let this chance pass us by, can we, Zach? We need to find some sort of clue before this southern sun melts it all away.
Wouldn't want that to happen. I like my ice cream. I like ice cream.
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say. But that's why we're here. To protect this peace. Isn't that right, Zach?
Is that one of those statue people that's actually a person and not a statue, or is it a statue? Holy shit, it's David. I'm not sure if, but is it really him? It could be him. I think it really is David. He's just in statue mode. I mean, we are in front of the hotel. Oh wait, I'm not sunburnt though. Am I gonna be allowed? Oh, I can at least get some food skis. I had a big breakfast, now I have like second breakfast. Just like a real hobbit. I also went real quiet. York looks so good in this.
10 maidens, Zach. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh, my Lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here.
Alexis? Is this Dave's wife?
Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh, my Lord. Well, ain't that something?
Hello. You have the same last name as David. Maybe your
I'm
sister.
FBI Special
Who are
Agent
you?
Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
Oh, my Lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
I want a chocolate sundae, but no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh, my Lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zach, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
Oh.
What kind of fellow?
She said he had a really tall shadow,
How tall?
as tall as an oak tree.
That's at least 10 feet.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't. I know just about everyone in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees with lots of Spanish moss hanging down make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis. Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zach, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! Oh, I got a turkey!
Truly mesmerizing, Zach. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right?